Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me today, I presume that you're innocent of those allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today. That is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you had not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Y'all solemnly swear firm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Kelly Dawes Rogers. Afternoon, Kelly. What's your date of birth?
11/28/1964.
Kelly, I got 2 warrants for you, both out of Pasco County. In each case, the judge found probable cause. These are VOPs for VOP. And set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. So we're going to let the folks in Pasco know that you're here and ready to go. They get 5 days to come get you. I can tell you it doesn't take 5 days with Pasco. But if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they're going to bring you back to see me, and I'll find out what the problem is, all right?
Yeah, there's already a court date set for this.
Very good. We'll get you there.
All right, thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Jasmine Petrie. Afternoon, Jasmine. What's your date of birth?
6/15/1996.
Jasmine, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Heinemann. He found probable cause for 2 counts, battery being domestic in nature and possession of marijuana. As to those charges, do you wish to represent yourself? You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Yes, sir, public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
Showing a PTI for trespass of a structure and criminal mischief in 2018 out of Hernando, and action was dropped in 2018 for battery and assault out of Hernando. PTI in 2017 out of Citrus County for criminal mischief, and action was dropped also in another 2016 for battery out of Hernando, and another action was dropped also in 2016 out of Hernando. Single source offender.
Okay. And Jasmine, I have an address for you on Hayward Road. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
About 3 or 4 years.
Okay. And do you have a job these days?
Not at the moment.
Okay. How long has it been since you worked?
My last job was in January.
Okay. All right, very good. Jasmine, I'm going to set you bond at $500 on each count. That's a total of $1,000. Condition of the bond, however, is that while this charge is pending, you'll have no contact with Mr. Batterby. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message. You don't contact him through any social media. Don't have a third person contact him. Don't go where he lives. Don't go where he works. You don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting him, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if he wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear his voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see him, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that he cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision he gets to make. He may go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges. He may tell them that he's not interested in pursuing this matter. But that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney who will be handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case or your lawyer tells you the charges are dropped, You should assume they are not dropped, and you should not have contact. I'm going to have you back in court on the 12th of July. Very important that you contact the public defender when you get out, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Victoria Staton. Afternoon, Victoria. What's your date of birth?
2/23/1995.
Victoria, the charge is battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
I'm gonna hire somebody.
Very good. State, what can you tell me?
Your Honor, I wasn't provided history, so I don't know if she has out-of-state history. I did look in our system, and I saw withhold of cannabis in 2013.
Victoria, I have an address for you on Tierra Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
3.5 months.
Okay. And does Mr. Bell live there as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I am a personal caregiver.
Okay. All right, Victoria, I'm going to set your bond at $100. Condition of the bond, however, is that you have no contact with Mr. Bell. Did you hear me explain no contact a moment ago?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Good. I also have to hold you today up until 4 p.m., so if you wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only could you get your bond revoked here, but you could get new charges for violating the injunction. As far as the address on Tierra Drive goes, as long as Mr. Bell stays there, you'll have to stay someplace else. You can go by one time to collect your things, your clothes, your toothbrush, whatever you need for wherever you plan to stay. To do that, however, you must contact the sheriff's office first. They would meet you there with a deputy who'd stand by while you collected your things and got going where you're going. I'll have you back in court on July 12th. Very important that when you speak to your attorney, you tell him about that court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good, thank you. Jamie St. Hilaire. Morning again, Jamie. Date of birth?
8/31/90.
All right, Jamie, now we have a warrant for failing to appear out of Hillsborough County. The judge that issued that warrant set a bond and no bond, so we'll let Hillsborough know you're ready to go and give them 5 days to come get you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck, Jamie. Philip Eckel. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
10/7/82.
So if the charge is battery on a detention inmate, there's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
PD, sir.
I'll appoint the public defender. State.
An adjudication for March of this year for possession of controlled substance, cannabis, and paraphernalia out of Hernando. Adjudication for controlled substance without prescription, 2017. Also in that case was cannabis charge and paraphernalia out of Pasco. Adjudication for paraphernalia and drug possession, 2016 out of Pasco. Adjudication for aggravated battery causing bodily harm or disability in 2016 out of Pasco. Adjudication for possession of methadone, 2014 out of Pinellas. Adjudication paraphernalia 2014 out of Pinellas. Adjudication grand theft 2014 out of Pinellas. Adjudication failure to appear 2012 out of Pinellas. Adjudication drug possession 2012 out of Pasco. Adjudication 2012 for obtaining or attempting to obtain a controlled substance by fraud out of Pinellas. Looks like five cases of that actually out of Pinellas. And that's what I'm showing, and he's a single source offender.
And sir, are you currently serving a sentence?
Yes, sir.
What's your EOS?
September 30th.
Okay. I'll leave the bond per the schedule. Condition is that you'll have no contact with the alleged victim. I'm sure the jail will make sure that happens. I'll have you back in court on the 19th of July. PD will come see you before then, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Sean Lopez. Oops, sorry. Afternoon, Mr. Lopez. What's your date of birth?
1871.
Mr. Ms. Lopez, I got a warrant for you out of Polk County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for 2 counts of violation of conditions of pretrial release and set your bond at no bond. I can't change those bonds. We're going to let the folks in Polk County know that you're here and ready to go. I'll give them 5 days to come pick you up. If you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me, all right?
All right.
Thank you. Jordan Simpson. Afternoon, Jordan. What's your date of birth?
40297.
Jordan, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear in front of her on the 14th of June on 2 counts, possession of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia. State, is this something he could resolve today?
The offer is an adjudication, 30 days Hernando County Jail, fines, court costs, cost prosecution.
All right. So, Jordan, if you wanted to resolve the case today, you could plead to those 2 charges. I'd adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 30 days with credit for 2 days served. There'd be a fine and court costs of $568 on count 1 and $103 on count 2. The adjudication on marijuana would result in a 1-year suspension of your driver's license. If you don't want to resolve your case with 30 days today, then we can talk about getting you a lawyer and see about reducing the bond.
Yeah, just go ahead and do the 30 days, honestly.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve this case today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 19MM1961 is the charge of possession of marijuana. How do you wish to plead? You may plead no contest.
Guilty, sir.
All right. This is the charge of count 2, possession of paraphernalia. How do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
I'll accept those pleas. I'll find they're freely and voluntarily made. Adjudicate you guilty on both counts, 30 days in the county jail on both counts, but running concurrently. Credit for 2 days served on each count. Fine and court costs on count 1 is $568, count 2, $103, cost of incarceration, 1-year DL suspension. But that takes care of it, Jordan. You got about 23 days left to do, all right?
All right, sweet. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. David Stoddard. Afternoon, David. What's your date of birth?
11/23/67.
David, this is a warrant signed by Judge Heinemann. He found probable cause for another felony petty theft. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
PD.
All right. Looks like you already got the PD on your other cases.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And coming back. Step 1. Okay. All right, I'll leave the bond per the warrant, which is $2,000. We'll move these to July 1st with your other cases. You'll have the same PD. They'll be coming to see you before you go to court, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Christopher Weaver. Afternoon, Christopher. What's your date of birth?
7/24/88.
Christopher, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'd like a PD, please.
I'm going to appoint you the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to change your date. I'll have you back on July 9th. They told you the 19th. You'll be back on the 9th. And the public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jarvis Wynn. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
July 9th, 1996.
All right, Jarvis, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a grand theft. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender? I'll appoint the public defender. State.
Showing an adjudication for grand theft 2018 out of Hillsborough, adjudication for grand theft 2018 out of Hillsborough. Showing a grand theft charge appears to be open in Polk County from 2018, adjudication grand theft 2018 out of Hillsborough, an action, this is actually that case, okay, an adjudication grand theft out of Hillsborough 2018, robbery by sudden snatching dropped in 2018 out of Hillsborough, an adjudication for robbery by snatching in 2018 out of Hillsborough, grand theft 2018 out of Hillsborough adjudication for fraudulent use of credit cards, possession of stolen credit cards, and petty theft in 2018 out of Hillsborough. Adjudication resisting an officer without...
Oh, man, he's got a DOC. Jarvis, you got a DOC hold, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll just set your bond at 2,000. Looks like you're already set on the 24th of June. PD will come and see you before then, all right?
Is there any way I can handle it on 24th so I can get back to prison?
I suspect you'll be given an opportunity to handle it on the 24th. That's right, Jarvis. You just got to get in front of the circuit judge, and that's Monday, and you'll be there, all right?
All right, thank you.
You bet. Patrick Zupo? Afternoon, Patrick. What's your date of birth?
6/16/78.
Patrick charges battery on a detainee. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. Patrick, you serving a sentence right now?
Yes, sir.
What's your EOS?
July 11th.
Okay. All right. State what can you tell me?
It's an adjudication for burglary of conveyance on Hernando in January of this year. Adjudication for possession of controlled substance 2017 out of Hernando. Adjudication petty theft second offense out of Hernando 2017. Adjudication battery second or subsequent 2017 out of Hernando. Adjudication trespass to a structure conveyance 2016 out of Pasco. Adjudication battery 2016 out of Hernando. Adjudication petty theft 2015 out of Hernando. Adjudication driving while license suspended 2 or more priors out of Hernando. Adjudication driving while license suspended 2011 out of Hernando. An action out of Bay County in 2010 for resisting and retail theft, but I'm not showing a disposition.
Okay. That's good. Patrick, I'm going to leave the bond at the $2,000. This case will be back on the 19th of July. Condition is that you have no contact with the alleged victim, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Shania Roundtree. After Miss Roundtree, Bree, what are we doing with Shania's case?
We did receive her hours, and according to CSIS, someone has been paid her court fines off, with the exception of $50 that she owed. Mrs. Story is willing to do credit time service.
All right. So Shania, you want to? How long you been in jail?
I think today is my 12th day.
You want to admit a violation of probation and take time served and get out?
Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
If you admit a violation of your probation right now, I'll give you time served, sentence to the time you've already done. This case will be done, and if there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you'd get out today.
Yes.
Sound good?
Yes.
All right. You understand by entering an admission, Shania, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, right to, is she represented? Yep. Right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes.
There you go. Case number 18CT3370, Shania, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes.
There you go. I'll accept the admission, find it's freely and voluntarily made, revoke and terminate unsuccessfully, adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge. I'll sentence you to 5 days in the county jail, credit 5 days served. That'll save you some money. It'll be $100 for the state and your cost of incarceration. But that takes care of it, Shania. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you will be released today, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I also have Todd Williams listed here. Is that in custody or out of custody?
Here's the post on. He has a criminal felony case in our county that's scheduled for Judge Thomas on the 1st. This will be expedition to Missouri.
Oh, okay. So
I'm just going to put that
reset it because he's still got loans.
I'll reset and then have you sign that.
Sounds good. All right. And then Christopher Caslett.
1 second.
Yep.
Now, Your Honor.
Judge, what I was going to say was, Mr. Tippin, he's coming out to court tomorrow, and he wanted you to set this one on for tomorrow also.
That's I already have that note. Yep.
Plus, he's got a Pinellas County charge, and he's been found incompetent to proceed with Pinellas County. He was evaluated here and found competent. We're not sure Pasco County was actually as you're passing through there, somewhere between Confidence and Confidence.
Well,
So,
then we should send Mr. Francisco on a trip to Pasco County and back and see if that helps.
yeah.
15 days from today. Yep. Whatever that comes out to, assuming it's not a weekend.
And if it is off the road,
If it's a weekend, you go on to Monday night.
I won't even ask you.
Mr. Castler, what's your date of birth?
January 15th, 1982, Your Honor.
Hang on one second. Okay. The charge you have today is battery on a detention inmate. As to that charge, there's probable cause. You want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'd like a pro bono attorney from the Florida Bar.
Okay,
Public Defender's Office. I'll represent myself if I need to, but the public defender will be fine.
I'll appoint the PD, and he's on the docket already, right?
He is for the bar.
And-
Judge Stoner.
And looks like he's been in a
I request a Baker Act, please.
Okay.
Springbrook Hospital.
And Maria, do you know, has he still got a bond on that older case? Has that ever been revoked?
Contact the bail commissioner.
Okay, well, all right. So I'll appoint the public defender, Mr. Katzler. I'll leave the bond for the schedule on this, which is $2,000, with the condition that you have no contact with the alleged victim. Also, to the extent that there was still bond in 18 CF 2448, I'll revoke that bond pursuant to Florida Statute 903.0471. Then I'll move this case to the 21st of June, where your other case is. You'll be seeing Mr. Tippin tomorrow about both of your current cases and probably the new one that's coming tomorrow.
If I may, sir, Eric Tippin was fired.
What's that?
Eric Tippin was fired by me personally.
You can tell Mr. Tippin that tomorrow. Thank
How do
you.
I fire him? I already fired him.
Thank you. I'm done.
Have a nice day.
You too. Thanks, folks.